Welcome to our webinar on Secure Caller Verification with Caller Verify, Okta MFA, and ServiceNow. My name is Tracy Nyholt, founder and CEO of TechJitsu, and I am pleased to introduce our speakers today for this fireside chat. With us is Kevin Klitsky, VP of Product Development, and Nicholas Bernard, Technical Program Manager at Okta. Over to you, Kevin, to tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hi, everyone, and welcome. My name is Kevin Klitsky. I'm VP of Product here at TechJitsu for our award-winning Caller Verify product. Caller Verify helps securely verify that callers to your help desk are who they say they are by leveraging Okta's wide range of MFA options. Over to you, Nicholas.
Thanks, Kevin. Hi, everyone. My name is Nicholas Bernard. I'm a technical program manager at Okta. I'm happy to discuss the role that TechJitsu's Caller Verify product is playing in one of the many ways that Okta is fulfilling its secure identity commitment.
Thanks, Nicholas, and thanks for joining me today. Can you tell us a little bit more about Okta's secure identity commitment and how Okta is continuously improving its own security posture?
Sure, Kevin. So Okta has a secure identity commitment, and it's essentially a long-term pledge. The initiative contains four primary pillars. In focus today is hardening our corporate infrastructure.
Interesting. So Okta, being a leader in cybersecurity, wanted to do more in its partnership with TechJitsu.
That's correct. On the hardening front, one of the many projects we executed on was leveling up the security of our IT help desk, specifically for use cases in which a user calls in and they need help with a sensitive request, such as account recovery. While we have self-service solutions to address these kinds of account issues, an attacker can still call in and attempt to socially engineer a help desk agent. That is, pretend to be the user or pretend to be someone the user knows in order to take over the account or gain some sensitive information about the account. And this has been something the industry has a common problem with. We have robust protection against this vector already through various secure auth technologies. But in alignment with the pledge, we saw an opportunity to add another layer of account protection with the Caller Verify product.
It's great that you're constantly looking for other avenues of protection. Prior to implementing Caller Verify, what opportunities did Okta see to enhance security around your help desk?
Yeah, we saw an opportunity to integrate automation in the servicing of tickets in ServiceNow for the purposes of user verification. It was especially beneficial that it provides an audit trail as well for when users are verified. Also, another interesting thing about the product is that it can be customized to only utilize phishing resistant factors when verifying an end user, which adds to the level of security we were looking for help desk interactions.
That's great. Can you speak a bit more about the business objectives that were achieved by implementing Caller Verify?
Sure. So we aim to extend phishing resistance across the employee lifecycle. And Caller Verify did help with that objective regarding help desk interactions, especially with the enforcement of phishing resistant factors when verifying end users. We're also looking for a product that could seamlessly integrate into the service management platforms that the help desk agents were using, providing that added benefit of automation.
I'm glad that we were able to help Okta realize these goals. Speaking of the implementation, how long did it take your team to get Caller Verify up and running at Okta?
Yeah. So funny story about that. The paperwork took longer than the implementation time. But jokes aside, approximately less than 30 days for the technical implementation. And then we had 30 additional days around training our agents with the solution.
Yeah, we do strive to make the implementation of Caller Verify as smooth as possible. Regarding your training, what did you do to get the help desk agents up to speed on Caller Verify?
Yeah, so in those 30 days, it did take deep dives on our part to document the use cases in which caller verification would be invoked, and under what circumstances. After finalizing those use cases, it was a matter of documenting out the workflow diagrams to help with the visual aids for the agents. And given that experience, Kevin, I'm curious, um, how have your other clients gone about the help desk training process?
That's a great question. And the experience our other clients have had has been very similar to what you had as well. We find that documenting and understanding the use cases, the processes, and the flows is key to having a successful rollout. We've designed the Caller Verify interface itself to be as simple and straightforward to use as possible. And also by embedding that Caller Verify right into the ITSM tools like ServiceNow that the help desk agents are using, that can give that familiar interface to verify their callers. Additionally, the verification process can actually be enforced by and integrated directly into your existing workflows.
Got it. Regarding the implementation, it did seem seamless on our end. Um, what preparations were required to add Caller Verify to our tenant from the Tech Jitsu team?
Not much more. It's just as seamless on our end as well. Aside from provisioning your Caller Verify tenant in advance, we typically do everything in our interactive config sessions. This configuration process typically takes less than 2 hours to get up and running. Nicholas, how did your leadership team feel about the ROI?
Yeah, great question. I think we were really glad about realizing that high risk reduction value in such a short period of time. That helped us with the ability to focus on other items.
That's great. I'm curious, how would you describe Okta's experience implementing Caller Verify? What did your team think of the process?
Yeah, we received great support from the Tech Jitsu team from introduction to exit. The team was always available and happy to help with the implementation, which was technically straightforward.
I'm happy to hear that. And how do your agents and end users feel about using Caller Verify along with the Okta MFA that they already know and love?
Yeah, so our agents and team are pretty excited now to have this technology in their hands. They have that added layer of security in that social engineering use case, giving them that peace of mind when servicing these sensitive account request types.
So would you say that it's easier now than your process before Caller Verify?
Yeah, with the automation in place now for secure user verification for help desk interactions, it's definitely faster and technically more secure when processing these kinds of requests.
Yeah, that's another area that we see benefits from our customers is with time savings, reducing the time to verify callers from multiple minutes to just seconds. Nicholas, what was the impact of Caller Verify on the time it takes to verify a caller at Okta?
Yeah, so as mentioned, the automation is pretty seamless. So verification moves as quickly as buttons are clicked, and given the frequency that we were seeing these requests per month, the automation is especially beneficial there.
Switching gears just a little bit, I'd love to understand what made Okta decide to work with TechJitsu on this initiative.
Yeah, great question. So Tech Jitsu's product was best positioned to help meet business objectives we were aiming for, using the most innovative and cost-efficient solution. It was an obvious choice, especially with the integration into our own product suite, and with the tools we were using. Um, and in the spirit of that partnership, curious, Kevin, why does Caller Verify backend exclusively onto Okta?
Well, TechJitsu's always been an exclusive Okta partner. This was back before Caller Verify when we were just doing implementations. Okta's ease of use, flexibility, reliability, and commitment to security makes Okta the best choice for securing your identities. This, along with Okta's market leadership, made Okta a clear choice as a strategic partner for both TechJitsu and Caller Verify.
Awesome. And I was curious, how did Caller Verify come to be?
Well, that's an interesting story. A few years back, we were actually implementing Okta for a financial institution to secure their online and mobile banking platforms with Okta MFA. Our project sponsor at the time actually came to us asking if there was anything we could do to help protect their call center from bad actors. With Okta protecting their online and mobile platforms, threat actors were just moving to the call center as a path of least resistance. We thought, how can we leverage Okta MFA on these traditional channels? And from there, Caller Verify was born.
That's a great idea coming from the financial sector industry.
Nicholas, in the spirit of continuous improvement, is there anything that you would like to improve about Caller Verify?
I do recall having to engage Tech Jitsu for certain configuration changes, such as what factors were present for verification and how they were titled. And perhaps that was purposeful, but I think if those can be client managed, it would definitely help remove any of the waiting time for key changes.
That's great feedback. And I am happy to share that we're already in the process of building out an admin configuration portal to enable customers to make these changes and many more configuration changes without having to engage TechJitsu. This will allow our customers to quickly and easily modify and customize their Caller Verify tenants.
Oh yeah, it sounds like it'll certainly help. Uh, what's the future look like for Caller Verify? What's on the roadmap? And would there be any integrations into other technologies?
Yeah, we have a few exciting things on our roadmap. In addition to the admin configuration portal, we're also adding enhanced reporting to enable customers to view and search verification details and metrics. This will also include the ability to push these details down to third-party CM tools such as Splunk. In addition, later this year, we're releasing a browser extension to expand the reach of Caller Verify to easily integrate with other web applications beyond the out-of-the-box ITSM and CRM integrations that we currently provide. And longer term, we're looking to add support for Okta Customer Identity Cloud, and this will enable us to address even more SIAM and contact center specific use cases.
Excellent. What industries are leveraging Caller Verify today?
Great question. The majority of our clients are in the financial services and insurance industries. But after the release of the US Health Department advisory on social engineering attacks to the help desk, we've seen an influx of healthcare providers showing interest. And with the FBI advisories on these types of attacks, we've also driven interest from all verticals that have a help desk. Well, that concludes the chat portion of our webinar. Nicholas, I just wanted to thank you so much for joining us today and sharing your expertise, insight, and experience with Caller Verify.
Thanks, Kevin. Much appreciated, and looking forward to our continued partnership and providing better call experiences with Okta MFA.
Great. Now let's move on to the audience and see if we have any questions.
So, Kevin, our first audience question is, what Okta MFA factors can be used in the caller verification use case?
We can pretty much leverage any factor that Okta supports, including phishing-resistant factors such as Okta FastPass, YubiKeys, and although unlikely, the aim here is really to reduce the ability of an attacker to compromise an account through less resistant factors.
One for Nicholas. What happens if the caller loses their phone and they're using a phone factor?
Yeah, great question, Tracy. So we encourage alternative factors such as YubiKeys. Additionally, Okta has a self-service option to establish new factors.
And last question, what ITSM and automated telephony systems are supported out of the box by Caller Verify?
That's a great question. So in addition to ServiceNow that we already mentioned, for ITSM solutions, we support Jira, Zendesk, Freshservice, and Manage Engine Service Desk. On the IVR side of things, we can provide fully automated caller verification with both AWS Connect and Genesis Cloud platforms. Well, that concludes our webinar. Thank you so much for tuning in, and feel free to reach out to us and book a demo at callerverify.com.